This is the 411 with your host, Matt Mike.
And welcome back to the 411 on Matt Mike, your host. The New England Patriots are up to it again, getting in trouble, like always. And every single team, every single fan, every single non-supporter of the New England Patriots are thinking to themselves, there they go again. The cheaters, they're always in scandal. That's how they win football games. They're not true winners. They don't play fair. But let's be honest. I don't believe a deflation of the ball really caused that big of a domination in that game, that big of a win for the Patriots. The Patriots, since they won in 2003, they've been the best team in the league, no doubt about it. Winning records in every single year, 12-4. Perfect records, Super Bowl rings, AFC Championship games, 4 straight AFC Championship games nonetheless in this 4-year span. And you're talking about a deflation of the ball. Yes, well, let's get into the fact that this is not the first time they've been in trouble. We'll get into that in a second, but really, I really don't think it played that much a factor. You talk about quarterbacks and they love, the ball being, dirty, scuffed up, deflation, pumped up. I mean, I don't know. Every quarterback's different. It's like baseball pitchers. Every single pitcher is different. You like the ball scuffed up. You like the ball clean. You like you kind of rub down the ball a little bit with dirt. Or you just like to rub down the ball with just your hands. Different pitchers for myself. I didn't like the ball that dirty. I like the ball nice and clean. I don't know. I got a better grip that way. Every single pitcher that I knew loved the ball scuffed up. Me, I didn't. It's like, so pitchers and quarterbacks, they're very comparable. They can relate to each other. So I know what quarterbacks are going through, and I know what quarterbacks like, how they feel. Everyone's different. So Tom Brady's different than Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's different than Andrew Luck. So did it really have that much effect on the game? Probably not. But let's talk about, this isn't the first time they've been in trouble. You talk about Spygate. Spygate, at the end of the day, there's multiple things wrong with Spygate. Everyone knew they got in trouble. They know they got in trouble. They were fined severely for a punishment. They didn't just get a slap on the wrist. They were handed out quite a fine. And it was a statement to the rest of the league. Spygate, you're allowed to tape your opponent, but you can't have cameras in certain places. And that's what they did. They knowingly put the camera in certain places where you can't have it. So they knowingly did that. So this isn't the first time they've been in the gray area. And that's why everyone's making such an uproar about this, because they always seem to be in the gray area. That's why no one likes them. You talk about the reason why, you go all the way back to 2003 in the AFC Divisional Championship game. Charles Woodson sacks Tom Brady, causes a fumble. Raiders recover. They are going to win the game. The tuck rule. What is the tuck rule? Everyone was wondering, what in the world is the tuck rule? They look at the book. The tuck rule, obviously, everyone knows now. You bring the ball up, bring it back, you start going like this. If you tuck it, if you're in this motion, that's in the same motion as throwing, so it's going to be an incomplete pass. Raider Nation, and a lot of people believe that started the dynasty. I mean, of course it did start the dynasty, but that swung the game. There's obviously conspiracy theories thinking that the NFL didn't want the Oakland Raiders to go on and win the Super Bowl. They didn't want to go to the Super Bowl. So the NFL called the referees. There was a deal. There was talk saying, let New England create the tuck rule, or define this is going to be the tuck rule. New England's going to recover and give the New England Patriots a chance to win this game, because we don't want Al Davis, who had a very bitter relationship with the NFL, go on and win the Super Bowl or get to the Super Bowl. So you have that. That all started it. So there's that conspiracy theory. I've heard that, and then you keep on talking about the Patriots being in the gray zone. Tom Brady, always complaining to the ref, it seems like. A lot of defensive players, pretty much in the entire league of defensive players, don't like Tom Brady. They think he's a prima donna. They don't like him. They don't like what he stands for. They don't like the glamour. They don't like that he's the pretty boy. They don't like that he symbolizes success, because he's like the star of front page GQ, and he's always dialed up. He's got the girl. He's not a definition of a football player should be. So there's a lot of hatred towards the New England Patriots, but you can't deny the success the Patriots have had. And you always go back to this, they're always in the gray area. They're always in the gray area. They've been fined once, fined twice. They're just always, it seems like they're always in trouble. And once this came out, it exploded. Obviously, because if it was any other team, who cares? But it's because it's the New England Patriots, it gets put on a higher pedestal. It gets put on a higher stage. That's why everyone's making a fuss about it. If it was any other team, who cares? It's another day. And that's the other thing too. I was talking about baseball earlier. The scuffing of the balls. A lot of pitchers put tar on the balls. Putting tar on a ball, putting extra tar in your hat, your belt, that's just part of the game. That's just baseball 101. It just happens. It's illegal, but it's just a part of the game. So I wonder if, again, you're in that gray area, so I definitely can relate to it. I never did it, but you can definitely relate to it. Because as a baseball player, you know it's part of the game. You're not supposed to do it. But as a batter, as a fan, as a player, you know it's part of the game. I know any other baseball expert would back me up on that saying, because you just know it's part of the game. It just happens every single day. It's just a competitive advantage, and so you don't want to be blatant about it. So I wonder if that's kind of the mindset and the feeling in the New England Patriots in the locker room, that, I mean, it's just part of the game. But again, we keep on reiterating the fact that they're always in the gray area. That's why this gets blown up so much.